Good evening and welcome to the Shadows of Drakkenheim. This is the Dungeon Dudes weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition live stream campaign. My name is Monty Martin, running our game as Dungeon Master.
And I'm Kelly McLaughlin, playing Sebastian Crow, the half-elf shadow sorcerer. And we're joined today by our good friends.
Jill Denitis playing Veosenia, the Tabaxi Gloomstalker Ranger Rogue.
And Joe O'Gorman playing Pluto Jackson, the human battle master.
Thank you for joining us once again. If you are just tuning in for the very first time, welcome. We're the Dungeon Dudes. Kelly and I post new videos every Tuesday and every other Tuesday and every Thursday on YouTube youtube.com/Dungeon Dudes. We got videos for Dungeon Masters and players, so check us out on YouTube.
You can also join us. On Tuesday nights when we record the campaign live on Twitch. You can check us out from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, although recently we've been doing 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. You can also watch the video episodes of the show on YouTube and check us out as an audio-only podcast.
Next week, December 14th, will be our last game of 2021. We will be taking a holiday break for a couple weeks so we can spend some much-needed time with our families and also so I can frantically write what's going to happen next in this campaign. So we will be off from, as of that date on the 14th. That will be our last one for 2021. And then in 2022, in January, we will be back on the 18th. From there, we will be, we will be streaming on the 4th and 11th of January as a very special event. We're going to be collaborating with some cool YouTubers that you might have also watched. We're going to be working with Colby from D4 Deep Dive and Chris from Trade Monk's Temple. We're going to be playing a short one-shot that I'll be running to celebrate the success of our friendly channels, where Chris, Kelly, and Colby, are going to make super powerful, optimized, min-max level 13 characters and see if they can survive the worst I can throw at them. So look forward to that. We'll have more news about that coming. We will be taking a Drakkenheim break. We will have some streams happening in the meantime to keep you entertained. With that, let's return to the shadows.
Drakkenheim is no more. For 15 years, we foolishly believed the madness and mayhem of that crumbling city was confined to the ruins. We were wrong. Insidious horrors have crept out of the shadow of Drakkenheim into a world unprepared for such nightmares. Tales of strange magic, swirling haze, and unspeakable terrors echo through the villages and towns surrounding that accursed place. Now, the Dusk Wardens, a new band of heroes, are tasked with driving out the seeping tendrils of the spreading darkness before it takes root.
Welcome back to the Shadows of Drakkenheim. As River winds down, recanting the tale of Drakkenforce to the Dusk Wardens, we see our three heroes leaving the lonely cottage where they have just met with Ophelia Reed. It has been lots of big decisions, lots of hard crossroads to face, as they have heard now the pleas of all the various factions over who to help and who to decline. However, could you all do me a favor right now and roll me a d6?
3.
4.
1.
Okay. Kelly?
Yeah.
Could you please roll me a d20?
Oh, yeah. Love rolling those. Has an 18.
Okay, I can work with this.
What's that mean?
All right.
18 terrible things are about to happen.
Writing that down for next time.
18 rats.
As the three of you depart the cottage where you met with Ophelia Reed, what is your next move?
I mean, there's been a lot of things being thrown our way in terms of the factions and what they want, and I think we need to talk about this. I think we need to head back to Drakkenheim and really sit down and figure out where we're going with all of this.
Yeah, everybody wants something, and I think we need to decide what we want.
I think we need to first, figure out who we want to help, and then where we're gonna stick that perfect piece of delirium.
Not in your chest, probably.
No,
Can you imagine if that was your soul stone?
it's so big.
It's a bit big.
Yeah,
weirdo.
it's heavy. It's heavy too.
But you're so strong, so you could do it.
Don't?
I could do it. You don't think I can do it?
Oh no.
I just said I think you could do it.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I bet you could.
I can't.
So you don't have to.
Yeah.
Reverse psychology, it's working. It so works.
Well, maybe we should
Looks
get
like
away from everyone, go to the clock tower or something.
Do we even still have access to the clock tower?
Why not?
The city was overrun with rats.
We went to the greater, so we can make it to the clock tower. Kill a few rats in the meantime. Maybe?
Maybe.
There's anyone that can do it.
I hope your pigeons are okay.
Oh no. They're probably fried chicken by now.
The rats are frying chicken. Wow.
Pigeon.
Fried pigeon.
Fried
Yeah.
pigeon. Rattling fried chicken. RFC. RFP. Rattling fried pigeon.
It's horrible. It smells awful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not pleasant
It's
at
very
all.
gamey.
You head back along the lonely Temple Road, leading back towards where Camp Dawn is, where now the Hooded Lanterns have made their camp alongside the Caspian forces of House Jackson. As you do, there is what was a still breeze picks up very suddenly into a howling gust of wind that rushes past each of you.
How loud is it?
Give me a perception check.
24.
Vale, your ears perk up as the group of you walk, and there is around the road where you are, the kind of the roughly cobblestone road of Temple Road. There's a few abandoned buildings, some old sprawling trees, and the fallow fields around the city. And so there's bits of scrub grass and old leaves and that are overgrowing on the road. And you listen, turn around, and you can see just the patches of dust getting kicked up like dust devils. And this swirling. And it's all being focused around Sebastian.
What? Why are you guys looking at me?
Roll for initiative.
Oh,
Oh no. It's getting worse.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, put yourselves in a marching order that seems logical. I think you guys would be closer to each other than that.
Well,
Yeah.
I imagine that they were staring at me with the dust twirling
Yeah.
around. But
And Sebastian and Pluto, you can give me one more perception check.
My passive perception is pretty good. It's 22, but
Okay.
my actual roll on perception was a 10.
Okay.
Oh, wait, sorry, I have advantage because of my Shield of Awesome, 17.
Okay.
I got a 4.
Okay. Sebastian, you are surprised.
Why are you guys looking at me?
And what do we got for initiative?
21.
21 for Veo.
19.
19 for Pluto.
6. I really like you guys are just staring at me. It's making me you know what? I have to clean the jacket. Okay? Pluto.
Okay.
Just not even saying anything, staring at you. Mouth agape.
Veo, the dust is kicking up into a low howl, and you hear this rustling and scratching noise coming around you. There is something invisible closing in on you.
Can I activate Sebastian's goggles or no? Does he have to do it?
They require attunement, so you'd have to be you'd have to be attuned to them, yeah.
Then I... Gosh, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna stay vigilant, and if I see anything, I guess I'll shoot my bow at it.
Okay.
Already that action.
Paluto, what are you gonna do?
Do I actually get the sense that there's something invisible, or is there wind just blowing?
You, with your perception, you have that feeling of something incredibly stealthy that is about to
Something's
strike.
close by.
Yes.
What? It's really windy.
And I look around, nothing. I can't see anything.
Give me a perception check.
Um, 25.
There is something. You look around and you can see in the grass along the side of the road, there's the light breeze, but there is grass that is rustling erratically against the breeze. There's at least three spots where it's doing this, and they're all coming towards Sebastian.
I'm going to
And they're fast. It's moving quickly, whatever it is.
I'm gonna Ignatius.
Okay?
Ignatius, reveal the truth, and then I'm gonna take a swipe at shadow creature, invisible creature.
Okay. You swipe your blade,
Ah!
and it swishes through nothing but air.
And I do that 2 more times.
Okay?
I'm just like,
And I'm panic swinging around you.
What is going on?
Okay.
Attacking the wind. Friggin' wind.
So as you swing your blade around, Pluto, quite suddenly the edge of Ignatius smashes against something solid, like it just struck a castle wall, and it recoils back. As the blade recoils back, Sebastian,
Yeah.
I get a 13. I get a 11. I get a 22. I get a 17. 17 hits.
Yeah.
I get a 24 and a 22. So 4 hits.
Yeah. The first 2 is just whoosh, whoosh, and I'm still like, what? And then also,
Yeah, you hear a swish and a swish, and then all of a sudden, you just see Sebastian get pummeled. There's like a hammer blow hits him in the face, in the stomach, in the side. So in total, Sebastian, you take 50 points of bludgeoning damage.
and does anything become invisible?
No.
oh. So I see Pluto start swinging around me, and all of a sudden I get hit a bunch of
You
times.
just see the blade bounce off of something, and then all of a sudden, just this invisible force just wham, wham, wham. One of your teeth goes flying.
No! I need that to chew!
Sebastian, it's your turn, but you're surprised.
I am.
Are you surprised?
What just happened? Pluto, did you hit me?
Veo, it's your turn.
And I still see nothing.
See nothing.
I am going to rope trick and start to clap and say, guys, I think we need to...
As you cast the spell, the energy is ripped out of your hands.
Uh-oh.
I guess we're not going anywhere.
I'm in pain.
Do I have any bonus actions, I guess? I'm gonna... I guess steady aim as my... I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna steady aim and aim my bow again, I guess.
All right, Pluto, what are you going to do?
Help me.
Sebastian getting...
I'm just like, Pluto,
I
please.
want to try to move towards Sebastian.
Okay. As you move towards Sebastian, there is it's like you're pushing it against, again, there's like a castle wall that you can't see in front of you as you move directly towards Sebastian.
Can I Battle Master, bait and switch? When you're within 5 feet of a creature, you can expend a superiority die and switch places with that creature, provided you spend at least 5 feet of movement. I'm going to attempt to switch places with Sebastian.
Whatever this wall,
You hit the wall.
you hit the, you hit the wall.
Pluto, you're right in front of me. Why aren't you helping?
I'm going to try to break through the wall. Ignatius!
Make an attack with Ignatius.
But I aim towards the side of...
No.
No, the side of... I get like a 30.
The blade bounces off whatever's there and recoils backwards.
I'm still getting like pummeled.
Veo, can you reveal this monster? Use your magic.
I'm on it.
The magic one!
Vale, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. 22.
Okay, you succeed on your saving throw.
Yay.
Okay. Sebastian, did you have fun last time?
What is going on?
I get a critical hit,
Love it.
an 18,
Nice.
18,
Nice.
19.
Cool.
You can use reactions though right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast shield.
Okay, an 18. So I need 20 now to hit.
19.
19.
more.
Okay, so
The
I get a
crit.
crit and 1 hit. So the crit is gonna be
I finally get like the shield up after
Yeah.
like getting pummeled. I'm like, so I get the shield up around me.
the crit is gonna be 16 damage and then 10 damage from the regular hit. It's just wham, wham, wham. Sebastian, it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
What's happening? I drag the goggles onto my face and activate them.
Okay, that is an action, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. This is what you see.
Your
you
friend.
see
Help me.
3 horrific, airy assassins surrounding you that are beating the crap out of you.
Guys, it's just air.
And flying overhead, high in the air, is Ryan Graymere.
You can have the armor back. We were. Didn't Eldrick talk to you? Where's it? Why isn't Eldrick talking to you?
Who are you talking to?
So as you see this, is that what you say?
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. With your goggles on, this invisible Ryan Graymere, you realize it's made of snow.
Tell Ryan Graymere the First that we're on our way back. I say as they're punching the shield now, and I'm just like, we're on our way back. We were just going there. We're heading to you now. Everything's fine.
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
27.
The expression on the snow Graymere goes from a scowl to a frown. Vale, what are you gonna do?
Other than the howling wind, I want to listen again to hear if there's anything else, any words, spells going on around me.
You can see Sebastian getting punched by some invisible stuff, but what it is, yeah.
So I hear nothing.
You know now that there are creatures there that are beating Sebastian up, so you can shoot them with disadvantage. You don't know, even though Sebastian is calling out to Ryan Graymere, because this figure is flying, you wouldn't be able to pinpoint its location from this distance.
So then I try not to shoot Sebastian, as I'm gonna try to use my magical longbow to shoot invisible things.
Okay, you do so with disadvantage.
12?
It sails through the air, and so you're not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Does it hit a wall?
It does. Yeah, it sails through and ricochets off of something that is right in
I'm
behind
slowly
Sebastian.
figuring out that
Yeah.
the wall might only be just in front of me. I should just go around it.
Oh, is it?
I'm starting to think that. Veo! I think it's a one-way wall. I should stop attacking it.
Probably.
Probably.
I'm gonna take a
How you
second
doing there,
shot.
Sebastian?
Oh, no,
No.
natural one.
Anything
No.
else, Veo?
I'm gonna disengage and move back a bit. Using my bonus action.
Pluto, what are you gonna do?
I attempt to climb the wall.
Okay.
Or no, go run. I'm gonna run around it. So I feel it, and I'm
Okay.
gonna try to like get around it.
Okay, you turn around and go the opposite direction and smash into another invisible wall behind you.
Oh, so I'm in the box.
You're in the box.
Interesting.
You're in an invisible box.
Interesting development. I see. Can I hear less? Do I hear less? Is it muffled?
Now that you're noticing, you're realizing that you're just
Like,
There's like a
when I'm
smudge
yelling at Ryan Graymere, can he hear it fine?
like
or-
you're hearing the muffled yell. Yeah.
Ryan Graymere.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Ryan Graymere.
Okay, I turn to Sebastian, and I wave the cape of his mother, and I'm going to dimension door beside Sebastian.
Okay, make a charisma saving throw.
Oh.
Favorite.
This is great.
I get a 12.
You fail.
Indomitable, indomitable. 18.
That is enough.
Woo!
The magic sends you hurtling out of the cage.
Now I'm going to bonus action bait and switch. Or not bonus action. I'm just going to bait and switch.
Okay.
It does not provoke opportunity attacks, so I switch with good old Sebastian. Sebastian, are you okay?
So you pull me out of there and throw yourself into the...
Yeah, and I'm going to give you an extra 4 AC
Nice.
Okay.
until the start of my next turn.
Vale, make a Constitution saving throw.
17. Did I lose? Oh no!
Suddenly, Ryan Graymere invokes this magic, and Veo is whisked up and deposited into where Paluto was standing.
Fuck.
Have you ever seen a cat try to get out of a bathtub? Yeah.
Claws, they do nothing.
Then Sebastian, you're gonna get punched a bunch more. They don't have advantage though anywhere because you can see them.
Now, what about Sentinel?
Did Sentinel require you to be able to see?
I'm gonna find out.
So Sebastian, I get 2 24s and a 25. You have +4 to your AC from him.
Yeah, but even if I shield, that brings me up to 22.
Wow.
Um,
AC sucks, man. Really?
No, 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
See.
you take another 30 points of damage.
So as Sebastian is yelling, Ryan, we have it under control, he gets pummeled and knocked out. The shield goes down, and I point and I look up at Ryan Graymere the second, and I'm like, Ryan, everything's gonna. And then one of them just clocks me across the face, and it's like one of those that I still am standing. It's like, and he just kind of like, and then I fall face first into the ground.
So Sebastian,
Death saving throw.
no, you're stable.
I'm just face first in the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, you're stable. They knocked you out.
Wait a second.
Oh yeah, you have your feature that you're.
Yeah, Strength of the Grave.
Yeah.
DC 5 plus the damage taken. What was
DC 15 then.
big money, big money, big money.
Yeah, that's going to be 23.
Okay, so you're not knocked out. So you do get your turn.
I stand back up after getting punched to the ground. And I'm like, that was rude. Ryan Graymere, stop! And I'm going to... my dog appears.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Can my dog, like...
Can your dog fly?
No, but can it appear above her?
And immediately fall.
Onto her. Past her?
I think the dog... Yeah, it would be an immediate fall.
I
I think
summon
you
the
gotta
dog.
summon it in a place where it can actually stand.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe I don't summon the dog.
Okay.
All right, that seems silly. I just summon the dog. It falls. Yeah, maybe not.
Beware my magic, Ryan Graymere. Is that a dog? You just trying to hit me with a dog? You got other tricks, right?
I'm like, Ryan, stop hitting me, and the shadows around me start to expand and encase me, and I'm going to cast a Shadow of Moil on myself,
Okay.
so people can stop punching me without also getting hit. So I cast Shadow of Moil, and I am now, all you see is like Shadow Sebastian standing there.
An inky black blot of darkness.
Yeah,
Cool.
with purple eyes.
Okay.
And he's still looking at Ryan, and he yells out, he's like, Ryan, stop this. Please. You dislocated my jaw.
Did you put it back in?
Yeah, I popped it back in.
All right. You can give me another persuasion check.
Oh, that's going to be 30.
Okay. In that case, quite suddenly, a shimmering image appears right behind you, Sebastian.
Why does this... Why do they keep coming behind me?
Where is it? I guess we can just speak of it as it is. A shimmering image appears right behind you, also of Ryan Graymere, and it says, "Stop! Stop! Stop!" And you see the three, like, there's still like the three invisible shapes that are like Like, and they just like pause for a moment to.
Are we talking?
The image, what you see before you, Sebastian, you recognize immediately through your goggles is an illusion. It's not Ryan Raimier. It is just an image. But the image speaks. I thought we had an agreement.
Yeah. And what part of the agreement did you not understand? Sorry, that was mean. We had an agreement, and I said that I had to, that part of it was that I would have to go tell Eldrick about the information.
I have waited for days for you to come back with the armor that I gave you and the geode that you promised to return.
I said that we had to talk to Eldrick. Eldrick should be on his way to talk to you right now.
Oh, interesting.
But now
Well, that'll
you're
be
not-
unfortunate for him. Well, I'll still be here, fortunately, when he shows up.
We still have your armor. We didn't hand it over to the Academy like we promised. We saw some things in the crater that
But
we
they
need...
know about it now.
They knew about it before, didn't they? Isn't that
I thought
Who are
you
you
were,
talking to?
I thought you were. You can see the image.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought you three were going to come back to me immediately once you had gone to the crater, so that we could actually decide on what to do together.
Ryan, there's a lot going on. We went into the crater. It was terrible. There were things that were discovered that need to be addressed, and I had to talk to Eldrick. It was important. I am sorry.
The image crosses her arms.
I let him know that you wanted a seat on the directorate.
Did you find a pristine geode?
Yeah, a lot of people want it.
Where is it?
It's safe.
Is it?
It's in a safe place.
Does the Academy know about that safe place?
Yeah. No, not the Academy, just Eldrick and River and myself.
So the safe place is soundly in the possession of the Academy, correct?
We haven't.
Did we tell them? Did we tell them where it was?
I mean, it's in camp with them.
They don't know it's in the thing, right?
I mean, I think they do.
Did we tell them?
I don't think we told them. Ryan, it's fine.
For purposes of during your meeting, the lead line chest was.
Yeah, that I thought.
That could be anything, even a chest.
Ryan, listen. Everything's fine, but also nothing is fine, and that's why we couldn't go back to you. We couldn't go back to you because everything is terrible. But regarding us, we're still working on this. We have to patch up this relationship with you and the Academy, and that takes a little bit more time than just marching on back to you and handing you a geode. You know how much trouble I would be in if I just did that without talking to Eldrick, which I told you I was going to do.
Ryan ponders for a moment. You have given the Academy everything they want. They hold all the cards now, and any bargaining that I might have had is gone.
That's not true. Come back to camp with us. We'll chat. We'll have a nice conversation. We need you. The Academy needs you.
If you think that the Academy isn't just going to use you up for all you're worth and spit you out at the end,
The Academy
you are
doesn't
sorely mistaken.
do that. Do they? Oh, wait. You.
We had some revelations in the meteor. I, for one, am having a crisis. It's very personal. I do not know what to make of these new, he touched the heart of it. We saw things, and the armor worked, by the way. Thank you.
Excellent.
I'm going to begin the slow process of removing the armor as to make good on our...
And she nods at Veo, who's still in the cave.
I slowly, as I'm talking,
Ryan signals to says, once the armor's off, I'll let your friend out of the cage.
the important thing is that we understand that the Academy holds a lot of power.
Do you want to recap, Ryan, on what you found out, or because you don't have to recant all the details, but if you do want to tell her anything,
I'm gonna wait and see if she asks.
But yes, the Sebastian doesn't lie.
Never.
We put a good word in with Eldrick. We understand your needs. They still need you.
what did you find there?
Oh, not much.
Was it a monster? Was it a creature? Was it something?
No.
Oh,
It was
there was a creature.
You've already toyed with me once. The least you can do is be straight with me for just a moment.
my friend is having a crisis.
Have you been there?
I had gone to the edges of the crater and explored deeper, but the creatures that are there are deadly. And on my own, it's too much of a risk. I've sent more than one of those in, and she points to the snow, and well, it's been an expensive habit. After I sent 2 of them in, I really didn't think about how good it would go if I went beyond that. I brought elementals with me before, and unfortunately even they get contaminated with how it is there. So I can't even... Normally I would bring my constructs and my elementals in with me as protectors, but I've only ever had the one suit... Like, the notion of having to build armor for my own summon creatures and everything else... Well, there's a lot of delirium in Drakkenheim, but I can only gather so much on my own.
We'll say that one of the only reasons we survived was not only because of your suit, but because of the magic that the Academy has developed. It's only because those 2 things came together that really we got out of there alive.
So
That
think
spell
you're
is superb.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Maybe there's a way you can share it as like a token of good faith.
Your armor is excellent, but we might want to take a second look at it. Pluto here turned into a spider fish with a belly maw who was possessed by a ghost, had gills, and tried to kill me.
And I swear, there's like hands behind it. There's someone pulling the strings. I know.
Someone?
Something. I swear. I've been telling you guys.
Is this part of the crisis?
What? Yeah. Well, there's always been the crisis.
You can talk to me. Are you okay?
No, I know about it. Like I'm onto it.
So you went to the middle of the crater.
Yes.
What was there?
A giant piece of delirium that was kind of throbbing.
It was more than delirium, in a way.
Delirium hearts?
It existed in too many. It was like a building, but I don't like it.
So, Ryan, you can see her eyes thinking for a moment, and she kind of like you can see her putting it together. Oh, so the world is doomed.
How did you draw that conclusion? That's preposterous.
Well, it's just simple math. I mean, given the fact that there is a requisite tonnage of delirium that is almost certainly present in Drakkenheim, given its proven exponential rate of growth, given that it is that there is so much of it present in the city, and given that the haze conjures erratic magic, Well, it seems like simple math to me.
Ryan, it took me like a year to figure this out.
Actually, your
and
whole lifetime.
my whole life.
Yeah, whole lifetime.
Well,
Wait.
in fairness, it's taken mine as well.
And you're older than me, so
It's not
Who's the better
necessarily
mage?
the end, though. We've been talking to different people. We're trying to figure out a solution to stop it.
and that's why we didn't go directly to you with this geode, because there is a chance that this geode could be used for something very important, and we need to figure out together what that is.
Ryan, you might be the only one with a less biased opinion. We have many interested parties that wish to harness this geode, yourself included, although I believe your motives are more at least disconnected from the academy.
Yes, and you've already given it to the most selfish people in existence.
We can get it back.
Can you?
I can carry it.
And my men are guarding it.
Yeah, it's also in the hands of the Hooded Lanterns.
We're not ready to give the world on a silver platter to anyone. And that's what this geode could mean.
Do you think that Eldrick would take it?
Why would Eldrick take it?
It's not going to be Eldrick's decision. Eldrick is a brilliant man. He's been a capable administrator. He's a good friend. But if you think that he's the one making any of the decisions at the Amethyst Academy, or even has a say in any of them, you're completely wrong.
Ryan,
He answers to the Directorate.
I requested an audience with the Directorate. We will talk to them
Who is
directly.
the directorate? You talk to them. Are they who's been pulling the strings?
I have never actually met the Directorate. They're kind of in charge of the Academy.
You've never met any of them?
Not even one.
I thought you
Nobody
were
has.
really high up in the academy.
Nobody. has.
Eldrick says that... Has Eldrick met any of them?
See this spell I'm using to talk to you now?
Yeah.
That's about the closest anyone gets to the Directorate.
Eldrick works for some people who work for the Directorate. They make the decisions for the Amethyst Academy. Not everybody gets to talk to them. They're in charge, right? Like, I got kicked out of school. Obviously, I'm not going to be meeting the Directorate, but I've requested an audience with them, so we should probably be chatting with them soon. We're going to get you on the board, and we're going to figure this out.
But anything Eldrick has promised us when it comes to saving the world, it doesn't mean anything then.
No,
Well,
it
no, 'cause-
doesn't.
Yeah, if our royalty worked like that, and you never got to speak or say in front of the king, there would be an uprising.
No,
There would be
guys.
straight mutiny.
Eldrick is like the headmaster of like he was one of my biggest mentors when I went to school. He gets to make decisions. He just has to also answer to somebody who answers to somebody who answers to the Directorate. I don't know how far down the list he is. He might answer Does he answer directly to the Directorate?
Doesn't sound like.
I'm asking Ryan.
There's a good chance, given that he's been in charge of all the things in Drakkenheim, that he
There you go.
probably does. But at the very least, I am showing you right now what answering to the Directorate means. I've met several members of the Directorate over the course of my career at the Academy,
Cool.
but never in person.
Oh.
As I said, the Directorate, they're paranoid, and they don't meet in person. If you want to listen, the only one who could summon the Directorate would be the High King of Caspia or the non-existent King of Westamar. Under the Edicts of Lumen, the Directorate is only answerable to the monarchy.
Well, okay, but I'm a member of the Amethyst Academy. You're a
Yes.
member of the Amethyst
And
Academy.
you're subject to the rules of the Academy as a member. The Directorate don't have to meet with you at all.
Yeah, but there's something really important, and they're going to want to hear it. So they're humans. Maybe they might be elves or tieflings or otherwise, but they're people. And people,
There's a visible look on her face. People.
when they'll want to hear what I have to say. So they must be reasonable to an extent.
I mean, to an extent, possibly.
Are they willing to act before it's too late?
I'm sure they will be. I'm sure. We just need to go back, talk to Eldrick. We'll sort this out. I'm sorry we took so long getting you your armor back.
You're only sorry because you got hit a lot.
I got punched a lot. I'm
Yeah.
at one hit point.
I can't say that I'm sorry.
I mean, I'd like you to.
Well, I
There's just like
forgive
this
you
long.
for not coming back to speak with me right away.
We should have at
Thank
least sent
you.
a message. It's true.
Yeah.
And now about this black eye.
I don't know any healing magic. Well, I mean, I have some spells, but
Broken rib.
just, give yourself some time.
the
Thanks.
I'll speak with Eldrick. But if you think that any of us are going to have any influence over what the directorate says, well,
maybe we should secure the geode.
Secure it, and well, if we're not going to be able to just request a meeting with them to talk about the end of the world, then we need to do something.
No,
Yeah, we gotta do something. We gotta act now then.
Well, let's see. Let's see what Eldrick has to
does
say.
Eldrick know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the directorate knows.
Then they'll want to talk to us.
Probably not.
Let's
The
try
directorate
this.
are some of the most powerful mages that have ever lived. And if anything, they're not going to be thinking about how to save the world.
What-
They're going to be thinking about how to survive themselves.
Okay, we're throwing a lot of ideas out there, but until I trust that Eldrick's going to do the right thing. So let's go back. Let's talk to him and River, and let's see what he says. Maybe you're wrong.
I would love to be wrong about this. Just like I wish I would had been wrong that you were going to come back right away.
Well, you were wrong about that.
I thought that
we were just late. We were late. We were late on the and we're sorry we didn't tell you that we were staying out late.
We should have sent a message.
Should have sent a message.
the simulacrum casts vortex warp on Veo to teleport Veo out of the force cage.
Oh, good.
I'm going to give back the armor,
I also give back my armor.
and I'll put back on my.
The snow gray mirror gathers them up. It gathers up the armor.
So, shall we wait to hear from you after talking to Eldrick?
I really want to be able to trust that I will be safe outside of where I'm hiding. But I'm sorry, I just don't. I would love to speak with Eldrick as well. If, do you know the sending spell? What kind of academy mage are you?
Me.
I start flipping through like my mom's book.
You can't even phone me.
I have a familiar. His name's Crowley. Look,
Okay.
little crow pops up. You
I
can send me a
will-
message.
And give a picture.
I will send you a message when you get back to Camp Dawn. Let me know when you're going to meet with Eldrick.
I think that we need to get back to camp ASAP. There's way too much to discuss. This just throws another wrench into who wants this geode. It's not safe.
Do you trust Ryan Graymere?
She's still right there.
The image fades, and the you can still see the invisible stalker, or the invisible stalkers dissipate. Their summon purpose now being completed, and the simulacrum starts flying back.
Honestly, she seems relatively honest as a person. I don't know about her motives, and I don't know how well she's going to gel with the Academy, but she's one of the smartest people I think we've ever met.
She instantly got that this is an ending world thing.
This is why I think bringing her into the fold is actually a good thing. I don't know how this is going to fly, but
I think you're right, but I don't think she's going to be able to come in. She's an outsider, kind of like the way we operate. And now that we've lost Caspia,
no, we still have the Jacksons.
we are strong and we are durable, but we are not enough.
Oh, yeah, you're minus 100.
You bring those up. That was months ago.
I think an extra 100 would have been really beneficial.
No, it's not going to matter. These are numbers, just simple, horrible numbers. Look, the point is that Ryan operates outside of the Academy's reach. A lot of our concerns with the Academy come from their influence. Maybe Ryan is this stepping stone in between to allow us to do what's necessary to save the world, but without the influence from the Academy.
What are you suggesting?
Well,
Pluto?
they're not going to include us in any of the decision making. That's what Ryan said.
Look, you can have Operation Super Shield, but from the creator of Operation Super Shield, Mini.
I've never met the directorate, but I've been working with the Academy my whole life. They respect mages who respect them and who work for the betterment of the Academy. And Eldrick,
Exactly, the betterment of the Academy. But this isn't just about the Academy. They're not going to tell you what they're going to do. But we're literally, if we give them this geode, if we let them do what they want to do, we're handing them the world.
Who knows what they could do? And I think that Geode still is stronger in our possession.
I don't disagree. I just not willing to say that the Amethyst Academy is bad.
They no, I think it's that they might have their. I did not know about this directorate until
You didn't know
minutes
about the
ago.
directorate? Everybody knows about the directorate.
I thought every mage knew how to send a letter magically, but now that's a new little revelation.
Oh,
that I just said.
excuse me. I can warp reality, but I can't send a magic letter.
Yeah, that
The
seems like
inner
really
workings
trivia.
of the directorate are one of the most are not often talked about. Even within the Academy, within your upbringing, you're generally told the directorate is in charge,
Mhm.
but no one from the directorate even shows up at orientation.
Here's what I'm saying. We should talk to Eldrick. Eldrick is a very powerful mage. He's very high up there. Maybe he has a better relationship with the directorate. We don't know.
We need to talk to Eldrick, but right now there's so many unknowns at the Academy. We need more information, and they need to be able to provide that for us if we're going to keep helping them
I agree.
do this.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that whatever we do, we have to start thinking how to act. And with these Illyrians on our borders, I don't know. My crisis is becoming more clear. We have to do something, and the inaction would be worse than the wrong action. So whatever we choose, we must choose something. I feel that more compelled to make a decision than I do to wait. And if Operation Super Shield is our best bet for now, then that might be it. But I still am concerned that there's a shadow. I already have severe fear that there's a cabal of disembodied hands that have been running my whole life, and now you just told me that there is a cabal of shadowy people that only appear in like, and they're really disconnected, like disconnected hands.
Pluto,
and
Pluto.
I think I'm starting to put together.
You feel an invisible hand
Listen.
from my mage hand.
Listen, Pluto, you're freaking out. I can put it very simply for you. The Directorate, they're a group of people that not many people have ever met, but sometimes we see their handiwork.
Don't say hands.
And you're blowing it out of proportion. Just because they pull the strings on all operations within the Academy from invisible subspace that I don't actually know where it exists, does not mean that there's anybody out to get you.
Sebastian, I never thought you'd be one person to say that you're okay with someone pulling the
No,
strings.
they're not
controlling
pulling
your
No, they're not
destiny.
pulling my strings. Don't
But-
you see everything that I've been doing? Guys, I'm working this out. I am in control.
Do you feel in control?
Yes. I'm creating Operation Super Shield. I helped create Neutralizing Field.
Using the Academy's resources that they
Of
have provided
course.
you,
Yes, don't you see
that they
it?
control. Can you imagine, like,
No,
you had your own resources
I've been using the Academy's resources to help us.
to help them?
No, to help me. To help us, to help.
Yeah, the just think of what you could do without their guidance, without
Restrictions.
their control.
Do you guys know what the Academy does? Do you guys know what would have happened to me if there wasn't an Academy? Do you guys know
No.
what happens to Mageborn who don't go into the Academy?
There aren't Mageborn that don't go into the Academy.
Exactly.
So how would we know?
Because if there are, they don't stick around long. They disappear.
I'm not saying that the Academy doesn't do some good things, but some good things doesn't mean that the bad things that they do
I
don't
under-
affect a lot of people in a lot of bad ways.
I understand that. I'm just trying to work in the system provided, and the Academy helps Mageborn kids. If they didn't have a place to go, I mean, we would have still been living in the ages where the Silver Order rounded them up and killed them. When I was a kid, I was causing problems all over the place. Now look at me.
Now, Ryan Gramer said, if we want to talk to the Directorate, you may not have a chance, but the High King of Caspia or the throne of Drakkenheim could.
Do we get George to...
He's not officially the king yet.
Like
How do we get that expedited?
we can make, if we can get someone on the throne, if we can get George on the throne, that might buy us at least the conversation.
Can we go to the High King of Caspia?
She'll kill us.
What?
What? I thought she just wasn't gonna dabble in she'll kill us.
Unless we can somehow make peace with the Illyrians, we're on our own.
Right now we're basing this all on what Ryan Graymere said. We need to talk to Eldrick and River.
Yeah.
Maybe they have something else to say. Ryan was kicked out of the Academy. Obviously her opinion of the Academy is going to be pretty harsh.
Weren't you kicked out of the Academy?
Yeah.
Like, I thought you would feel more at home with Ryan Graymere.
I'm trying to play the middle ground here. I'm trying to work all the sides. I've got it. I've got it under
Yeah, you're-
control. I am the invisible hands
No!
pulling
No!
the string.
The Cabal.
If there's a cabal of disembodied hands pulling the strings, it's this guy.
So what's your next move, you guys?
We need to go talk
we
to
gotta go-
Eldrick.
We're going to go talk to Eldrick, and
And
he's going to
River.
sort all of this out.
Yeah, he'll
Get
fix
us
it
the
up.
audience.
Thanks, Eldrick. Fix our problems.
You return to Camp Dawn. To the usual flare of the horns, the Lord Commander returns. The banners are then there's basically there's basically one of the things they do in Camp Dawn is they actually have a flag that goes up in a banner that they unfurl to signal that the Lord Commander is present.
There's definitely fish on it. Definitely.
Yeah.
Wait, that banner's for you?
Actual fish. They fall out of the banner, and you catch them in your mouth as you enter.
And as you return back, it's the late afternoon, and there are several intermediaries that welcome you back into camp. But typically you've been able to find Eldrick and River at the command tent.
I head straight for the command tent.
Okay.
With purpose.
With vigor. with 1 HP.
My 1 HP. I'm limping, holding my ribs. I have a big black eye.
Yeah, you think your lip all busted.
As you return to the camp, Eldrick strokes his beard, and River is coordinating several of her notes. And they ask, well, how did things go?
My face is all beat up
We were
and bloody.
jumped.
What happened?
Well, first of all, we did talk to Ophelia Reed, and, well, they still want us to destroy the delirium. Surprise, surprise.
Not surprising.
But there are other resources that they want to provide if we go with them.
I don't see why we're entertaining that as an option.
Well, we wanted to hear everybody, and we heard everybody. But what was more interesting is afterwards, Ryan Greymere, well, at least a shadow of Ryan Greymere, came to see us.
Interesting.
She wanted her armor back, and she got it.
Not surprised, although very bold of her to strike outside of her hiding place.
It wasn't her. It was
Ah,
2.0. Snow her.
really? Eldrick strokes his beard. Impressive.
Eldrick, she's very smart and very powerful, and we need her. And you're very smart and very powerful. And I told her that you would get us in touch with the Directorate.
Yes, we have been in touch with the Directorate the whole time. I am in constant contact with them.
No,
We need an audience with them.
we need to be in touch with
Yeah,
the
we gotta talk to him.
I'm sorry, but that's just not going to be possible.
That's... sorry?
It's just not possible. It's just not how the Directorate operates.
Yeah, but... the vision.
end of the world.
The end of the world.
Yeah,
Circumstances have changed.
Yes, and the Directorate takes that all under consideration, but that doesn't mean that they're going to meet with us in person. They have chosen and appointed me to act as their intermediary, but until there is a new appointment, I can't see anyone meeting with them in person.
But I'm the Lord Commander. They should meet with me, at least.
I told Ryan Greymere that I would get us an audience with the Directorate.
The Directorate may choose to appear to speak with you, but if you would like to speak with them in person, that's just not going to happen.
An audience with them is good enough. Like, even if it's projected, can you work something out? A meeting at their earliest convenience. It's important that they hear
I do
this.
speak with them daily,
Okay.
and we could speak with them in that manner. But what do you want?
I want to explain the situation to them and come to an agreement with Ryan Greymere and figure out with them what the best course of action is. They're the most powerful mages in all the land. Surely they have a good idea. Once they hear about the vision, they'll have some ideas on how we can bring some people together and solve these problems.
Yes, as far as I'm aware, the Directorate is allocating more resources to make sure that we can enact Operation Super Shield and set up the prismatic barrier.
But there's problems with how that's going to look to some of the other people.
I think that you're gonna need Ryan Greymere on that. They seem to be the most up to date.
Not only that, but the Crown of Westamar, we need to sort that out, and they need to be part of that. The Edicts of Lumen, we need to bring Lucretia Matthias in on this, or Ophelia Reed, but we've kind of burned that bridge.
I am not certain what you hope to gain from that conversation.
Surely they'll want to know. They'll want to work with us. This is a world matter.
Yes, but it seems like you... What more do you want from the Directorate? The Directorate has ensured that the resources of the Academy are available to us to reconstruct the Inscrutable Tower, to properly have all the materials and personnel that we require to complete the casting of the Operation Super Shield, to put all of this in place. What more do you want from them?
Operation Super Shield kills the followers of the Falling Fire. It stops the Silver Order from entering Drakkenheim, which is good. The Hooded Lanterns can't reclaim the throne if Operation Super Shield is under the strict rules that the Academy is currently putting in place.
They're not accountable to anyone if we let them do exactly what they want to do.
Listen. Once Operation Super Shield is in place, the Directorate has assured me that I will be appointed to the vacant position that was left behind by Adriana Madeira, the former Archmage of Drakkenheim. Once that is done, I will do everything I can do to ensure the Directorate stays accountable.
But that might not be enough, Eldrick. And right now, you're not a decision maker. You're a puppet of the Directorate. And what we
Puppet?
need is the decision makers.
That's why we want to talk to them. They're the ones making the decisions for the Academy. We just want to have them hear us out. Surely they can do that.
Certainly. We'll see what can be done.
Oh, I told you guys. Not a big deal.
We'll see what he can do.
We'll figure it out.
I think
Is that what you guys would like to do?
Where's that geode?
Oh yeah, is the geode in the room?
I was hoping to make the arrangements to have it transported to the Inscrutable Tower as soon as possible. It's not safe here.
We still need to figure out exactly what we're doing with it. There's a lot of people who want this, and there's a lot at stake, Eldrick.
Very well.
I think Operation Super Shield is a great idea, but we need to think about everybody. This can't just be a hasty decision that puts the Directorate in charge of Drakkenheim. Yeah?
Agreed.
Eldrick ponders for a moment, considering his words carefully. Very well. I typically communicate with the Directorate via sending spell every day. I will ask them if they will speak, but I need to give them something concrete, a reason why, something that you want to speak about.
One of their students has had a vision of the end of the world and wants to discuss options that appeal to the Edicts of Lumen involving the crown, the mages, and the religious figures of our society in an agreeable way.
In order to help maintain a potential piece of delirium for the Academy, you can tell them that our other options are to go with someone who wants to destroy it. And that's still an option on the table.
Very well. Okay. Eldrick says, "This is very unorthodox, but are you prepared for this?"
Are we prepared for this?
Yeah. What's the worst that could happen?
Come on. Okay. River. And Eldrick begins setting up. His personal attendant, his golem, brings out a scrying orb, crystal ball, and he sets the orb up in the center of the command room. This is my crystal ball. Typically, the way that it works is I use it to scry on a location that the directors have provided me with. I will begin the spell, and if you place your hands upon the orb, you will be able to watch and communicate along with me. Are you prepared?
Yeah.
I think we know everything we need to know.
Okay. The energy of the orb fills your mind with dark whispers, and you feel your consciousness and your sense of perception explode out. And you watch as your point of view zooms out from the earth and swings around to the dark side of the moon, to a strange temple of alien arches surrounding a baleful flame. There, the arches form an octagonal shape around a baleful flame. And as your consciousness, you feel like your consciousness is the flame of this crackling arcane energy. And from each of the archways emerges a shadowy figure. You cannot see the face of anyone. It is just indistinct wisps of smoke, points of light glowing, and a vague sense that each is connected to a school of magic. As you focus in, you hear these voices whisper in unison. Eldrick, who are these that you have brought to this place? Who? Why?
My name is Sebastian Crow, and I'm here to tell you about the end of the world.
The others. And you hear one go, Even. Yes. Yes. Oh, Eventide's boy. One of the voices speaks.
Yeah.
And I'm Pluto Jackson, Prince of Caspia.
And another, you hear another voice respond, Yes, the warrior. Yes, the fool. Yes.
What is?
And I'm the Lord Commander, Veosenia.
And they hear,
Oh, you got a way better name. I'm the fool.
The warrior, the fool.
Okay, well, it doesn't balances.
I'm just somebody's kid. I didn't. Anyway.
This is where they meet.
Moonbase.
Are you not getting vibes?
I'm getting vibes. Just we're standing in front of them, Pluto. Not now.
Just saying.
What kind of vibes are you getting?
Mysterious ones.
Really cool place you have here.
Eldrick says, I warn you. Your thoughts are your words in this place.
Salmon. Tuna. Little bit of perch.
You are not here bodily. You are here in your mind.
Oh.
And so now your mind and your thoughts are as one.
Great directorate. It's an honor to be here. I've been a student for a long time, had my
Get to the
ups
point.
and downs.
Failing student. Some exams failed others. Potential. Strong. Yeah. Another voice says, more like a blunt instrument. Useful.
I'm gonna ignore that. Recently, me and my friends here, we went to the middle of the crater in Drakkenheim and touched the delirium heart at the center.
Yes, the heart. Yes. The end. The doom of all.
Yes, so you're aware.
Aldrich told us already.
Oh, good. And you being the most powerful mages in the world, I assume that there's some sort of plan that involves helping out Westamar, maybe Caspia, Illyria, maybe getting everybody on board with a plan to save the world. We need to unite, and I'm sure you guys understand
We have some
that.
ideas. We have some really great ideas.
All right. Idea number 1, dragons. Is that idea number 1?
It's one of the ideas, but essentially we need to. I agree with the uniting. Yeah, you're really selling this.
Yeah.
It's really about we need to know that we can save this world. This is. I mean, you have Moonbase. We're down here. We need to know, like, if we can stop this horrible.
Another voice comes.
And-
You have done well already.
Thanks.
Promising student. Excellent magic. Great power. Another voice says, fitting for Eventide's son.
Yes, thank you. But enough about me, guys. What we're here about, though, is we need to think outside just the academy, right? The academy has a great plan with Operation Super Shield. You may have heard of it.
Yes.
I helped come up with that.
Wonderful accomplishment.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you.
You will take your mother's seat amongst us one day.
Wow. Oh, this is going really well. That would be cool. Maybe Aldrich.
Is that what you desire?
No. We could talk.
I mean, he does desire it, but not above saving the world, right,
Can
Sebastian?
we focus on your not promotion and just sort of get to it?
They're showering me here with compliments. This is great. It's the directorate. They love me.
And of course,
Runeweaver, you have made a good and ambitious student.
This is great. Guys, I'm going to be on the direct.
No one said that. No one said that.
empty promises so far. What we are worried about, though,
How
is
is your mastery of magic?
I mean,
He's okay.
Recently, I learned how to breathe fire and fly at the same time.
Can he teleport?
Working on it. Yes.
Can you conceal your mind from the thoughts of others?
No.
Can you see the future?
He can't quite send a
depends.
message. He can't send a message. I want to just.
Pluto.
Can you cast Meteor Swarm?
I'm sorry. We want more meteors?
Yeah, that sounds.
That
awful.
doesn't say no. I would rather, I'm working up to
He has not yet mastered and earned the 9th ring.
well,
Once you earn your 9th ring, maybe we could consider you one of our number.
that's not what we're here for. Sorry.
in order to
we're
get
getting
him to that
sidetracked.
point, we kind of need the world to stay alive. And what we're worried about a little bit is that if we just give everything over to the academy, it's, shadows around here, that, well, Drakkenheim isn't really necessarily going to feel be
thrive.
accessible. Yeah, thrive.
We're talking about sharing.
Do you value Drakkenheim? Or do you value the world more?
I value the world,
The world.
but also the world after we get your help.
We need to save the world. That's what we need to do, and we're here
We will.
begging you.
We will. We will. Things will be well. Stick with our plan, and the world will be well.
Okay, but it was suggested that when we put the shield down that nobody except the Academy is allowed in.
Correct.
That's going to cause problems with the edicts, with the crown, with...
Then fix those problems.
That's why we're...
I think the Academy, though, is the one that are making those problems. They don't need to be problems if the Academy is willing to work with others as they should under the Edicts of Lumen.
Yeah.
You want a place amongst us, then fix these problems.
I am literally here to fix these problems by talking to you and having this directorate agree to solve these problems. And you're sending me back to fix them. How? But the way to fix them is that you all agree.
This one... Your nephew would be king, yes? Well, will you make it so?
Fix problems, they mean kill Lucretia Matthias, drive out those who stand in the way of the super shield, stop the Illyrians, hand over the crown to the... That's what they mean when they mean fix the problems.
That's
The
not,
course is clear. Stick to the plan.
that's not a valid solution, directorate.
It's just that maybe our inaction may be the end of the world.
There is no other way.
There's lots of other ways. You're being unreasonable, directorate. All of you. Somebody here has to agree that we can't just throw out the edicts of Lumen all of a sudden in the face of this great danger.
Insolent child.
Excuse
We have
me?
no intention of violating the edicts of Lumen with these acts.
You're going to block out religion. You're going to... We made an alliance with Lucretia Matthias. We need to figure that out. We've already hurt the Silver Order. There's a war coming to Drakkenheim. And are you going to wipe them all out? Are you going to just wipe the Illyrian army off the map?
Once the plan is finished, the Illyrians will find a city they cannot lay siege to so easily. There is no need to slay the followers of the Falling Fire, but they will have to leave the city. There is no need to kill this Lucretia Matthias, but she will never set foot in Drakkenheim.
And what of the crown? Who will...
You see before your mind a map of Westamar, and a hand reaches down. Which city do you choose? There we will help you build a castle that puts even Castle Draken to shame. Where would you have your new capital of Westamar? We will give you the magic to build it.
And you will take the resources from Drakkenheim and do whatever you want. You cannot be held unaccountable for the actions of having this resource at your disposal.
Look, we've seen things, and your promising student, your blunt object, this soon to be member of the directorate. Thank you. He has seen what happens when the fighting continues. Tell them your vision.
I thought if Eldrick explained this to you, then you guys should know that one of the key parts of my vision was that everybody was at war with each other and ignored the problem, and therefore the problem persisted. And I'm worried that what we're doing is not going to stop a war. It's going to create more enemies.
The reply comes. An ant cannot go to war with a dragon.
A million ants can. Multi-million. Who am I even talking to right now? Eldrick, is this...
This is the directorate.
And this is the problem. We don't want there to be a dragon bearing over the ants of the world. The ants deserve to have their say in their fate.
We will adhere to the letter of the Edicts of Lumen. Every writ and syllable. We will grant what is due and what is demanded of us under the edicts. This we will do. The bill for saving the world is as follows. That the Academies has always provided the nobility of this continent with our services for a price. This is the price of our services.
Just compared yourself to the rest of the world as a dragon and ants. That's not the way this works. We are all people on this world, and this world is suffering. And you're going to just stand there and act a god amongst...
Are you going to take your place with the ants or take your place with the dragons?
I will take my place with the ants.
Wait, think about it. If they can actually save this world,
Not like this.
maybe this is the... If we don't do something, there won't be a world left.
Pluto, we can do something, but it doesn't have to be their way.
It is clear, Eldrick, that your student has much to learn. You are wasting our time with bringing him here, and you should see that he is properly disciplined.
Oh, ooh. Ouch.
I've done more for Drakkenheim than anybody else in the Academy.
Silence, student. We will speak with the prince and the commander. What do you say to us?
Is it worth the price?
I think that there shouldn't be a price on saving the world. And I won't pay it.
Yeah. Theo's right. We've stopped much worse things. And even if you do have a solution, yeah, this can't be the right way.
Not the
We
only
have to
one.
do it our way. We can figure something better out. We've come up with some really good plans along the way.
As mighty as the resources are of the Academy, they're not the only resources. And you're underestimating us as a resource.
Very well. Try your alternatives. Try to find your other plans. When they fail, come back to us.
Okay.
I won't need to.
Yeah, we don't. Vale.
You three have exceeded many expectations. We are profoundly disappointed.
Well,
But when this insolent little fit is over, and you see the gravity of the situation and what must be done, we would be happy to work with you again. Now go! And you, yeah.
well, I mean, at least we exceeded some of their expectations. They just straight up did.
They disappointed
disappointed
all of our
all of it.
expectations.
Don't
So-
meet your heroes, right?
I think that I know that we need to do something, but that is
I'm sorry, I should not have done that. It was a mistake to bring you in front of the Directorate.
Aldrich,
No.
they called themselves dragons compared to ants. They referred to all of us as ants. That's not okay. That's not okay.
And it was a mistake to think that the Academy had the world's interests at heart.
Do you think they'll actually do something without something in it for them?
I think they'll try to save themselves, and that's about it.
Operation Super Shield was our plan. It's not their plan. We should be the ones dictating what the rules of that plan are, not them. Why did they get to make that decision on who gets to come and go and who gets to...
Sebastian, the magic, the resources, the money that is necessary to complete that spell, the repairs that are necessary to the inscrutable tower, it is not just the plan. There is so much involved in executing this plan.
Do you not see the problem with this, though? The problem with this direction?
What other choice do we have?
Destroy Delirium.
Uh-oh.
There's always
I've been there. I never thought I'd hear you say it.
I'm just saying, there's other options, and if what I saw...
Then what? Do you think, really, Sebastian, if we turn to the Silver Order, get their help, do you really think that they won't come in with all their power and agenda, just as the Directorate would? At least this way we have representation, at least we have some control. But the Divine Matriarch and the priests that are pulling the strings of the Silver Order, they will come into Drakkenheim, they will burn the city to the ground, they will destroy the inscrutable tower, almost certainly. And then, when the rest of the Academy is sent reeling, they will blame it on us. And then, what will happen to the other Mageborn? We need the Academy. We need what it represents.
Otherwise, Mageborn are gonna be like it was before. But Eldrick, what I saw in there, what you just brought us into, I thought they were gonna be reasonable, and they scared me. Their views of that scared me.
Yes, well, they haven't quite all adjusted to modern times. You must understand that they have some very old views.
I'm wondering, though, is there anyone that can force their hand to make them help with this?
And the Directorate, if it weren't for many of them, well, there wouldn't be even an Edicts of Lumen. The Inquisition of the Silver Order would have succeeded, and we wouldn't have an academy. Most of the members of the Directorate have been on the Directorate since the academy was formed.
Veo's right, though. Is there anybody...
Well, when we think about the Edicts of Lumen, we've got 3 parties, right, Eldrick? That's how it says.
River says, well, the Edicts of Lumen were an agreement between the Academy, the nobility, and the faith. They apply to all the nations of the continent.
And right now, we don't have one of those pieces. It's just the faith and the
versus the
Academy going head to head, and it's why I feel like is our only 2 choices, but we have the third option.
we need to get someone on the throne. And if George isn't ready, then maybe I have to step up. I think he will be ready one day, but if he's our only chance, then we need to at least have some say in how this plays out.
Eldrick, would reinstating the nobility...
The Directorate is accountable to the nobility. That is in the Edicts of Lumen. There is no one currently that can say otherwise.
So maybe that is what we need before we can convince the Academy that this is what we need.
Do we have time?
I don't know. I mean, we have time before the delirium takes over, but it's really we're racing against the Illyrians.
Mm-hmm. We can get troops here, the Hooded Lanterns, some Caspians, but I do not know how long we can hold out against a mighty Illyrian army without the help of the High King of Caspia.
Even then, though, the Directorate is still the Directorate. And they are the ones that control the purse strings of the Academy. I don't know what having a monarch would give us a bargaining chip in the table and perhaps a little bit more writ, but what accountability you see?
Yeah,
The
what would
director.
they do to
What
the
accountability do you actually think that they'll have?
to a young boy?
We need a directorate that at least will be willing to bargain, but we don't have that.
Eldrick, where does your loyalty lie? Is it with Drakkenheim? Is it with the world? Or is it with the Directorate?
I care about my students,
It's you.
and I care about the ideals of the Academy, and I do believe that working together, the mages of the Academy can accomplish great things. And I do believe that by harnessing the delirium, we can do those things. I don't know what the Directorate wants.
Do you trust them?
I don't know anymore. The delirium is powerful, and the Directorate has offered me an opportunity to join them if we enact this plan.
And you trust that they're going to come through on their word?
Ryan Graymere wants that seat too, and they kind of also just said that I could take it
They're really just promising
in
to everyone.
front of you.
Yes, they did.
And Eldrick, not once in my entire time being a student of yours, did you make it sound like you thought you were above everybody else. And that's why I like you. That's why I trusted you. That opinion is why mages were hunted down in the first place. A mage who says that they are more powerful than everybody else and that everybody else is ants, that's Sorcerer King territory.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I don't know what to do with this information right now. It's a little bit of foundation crumbling right now. I'm still at 1 hit point.
I
You're
think
fine.
I still need to speak to the lieutenant. I don't think we can make a decision without hearing the new perspectives that he might bring, knowing that maybe he's bringing soldiers.
River says, I got word. There's been an incident in Castleholm with the lieutenant commander.
I'm sorry.
He wasn't even there.
I know. My other team that I've been working with under the academy has found some interesting things. I can go report to the commander and see what's going on.
I think they need to be brought up to speed, and we need them back here.
Can you bring your other team in?
Do you trust them?
My brother's one of them.
Do you have a
Baby.
brother?
You have a brother?
Yeah, Raphael. He's a little strange. I need to talk to him about something important as well. I can't promise anything, but I might have another option.
Okay.
Let's get them here as soon as possible then and see what they think.
River says, the directorate's really scary. But that's all a show. You know that, right?
They don't live on the moon and are giant shadows?
River says, no. Maybe you should meet the real directorate.
How?
I gotta talk to my brother first.
Okay.
But I might have an option for us.
River, I trust you. See what you can do and come back to us with something, hopefully, because right now we're grasping at straws. And I may have just
We don't know who to trust.
pissed off the entire directorate with emotions. That may have happened.
All right. I'm gonna make my way back to Kesselholm. I'll see you in a few days.
Thank you.
Safe trip.
And that's where we're gonna take a break. And we are back from our break and back to Kesselholm, where River finishes telling her story to the Dusk Wardens. There's a long pause.
And did he get back his helmet?
You know, I don't think he ever did.
Interesting.
No, I think they found it in the crater.
I'm pretty
thought
sure they
you
did.
mentioned it. Yeah, I think she mentioned it.
There's a few plot holes, but all in all,
And they're our best chance?
I mean, other than the debauchery and silly games, they sound like they discovered some very important. Sorry, this.
But we're trusting them with saving the world. Is that what we've really got from this?
I'm petting Bruce.
They're the ones in charge of making the decisions about what's going on?
And the Amethyst Academy and the Directorate and the Meteor and what are we doing exactly here with?
Well, I'm telling you this because they asked me to. And well, you're the only other ones who have dealt with anything near the horrors that they have. And they thought, and seeing as how things have gone now, You've learned a lot. We've learned a lot. But I think the objectives have changed.
Seemingly.
Certainly they have. Sounds like our help is needed much more in Drakkenheim at the moment than flitting around from city to city trying to deal with little bits of delirium.
It's certainly the Silver Order has stepped up their work now. They've marched quite a ways into Westamar and have secured alliances with many of the nobility, and have also instituted blackouts on academy recruiters in cities where they've secured alliances with the nobility.
Blackouts? What do you mean blackouts?
Well, normally our academy agents are able to find mage-born children to bring them into the academy. And the Silver Order's been blocking us from doing that. We've been expelled from most of Illyria, and they've been petitioning Caspia to prevent it, and in the cities where they've secured alliances with the nobility as well, they're starting to do that too.
And what's happening to these children?
We don't.
Well, I was about to say that maybe we should hear the Illyrians out, because honestly, after this story, destroying delirium sounds like a great idea. But now you're telling me
They won't stop at destroying the delirium. They'll destroy your children. Rudy, they will destroy everything.
This is not the first time they've gone after Mageborns and people that are different from them. And with all this world ending, that's what their focus is on. It's never been about getting rid of delirium.
you're sure about this, River. The Illyrians are...
All that I know is that they've been stopping us from doing our work, and they've been sending out their own people to find anyone trading in delirium as well.
I do think we have an incredible problem here. Delirium has been found on all ends of Westamar.
Yes.
We're not helping the situation by doing that. We never did figure out how far the shipping has gone, but presumably it has left Dransmen in boats. There's delirium spread out throughout the world now.
Yes, there is. We're not quite sure how bad it's gotten in Ash Bay. But what we do know, at the very least, is that we can contain it, and it requires a certain threshold of delirium in one place to activate the haze. So, while there is a lot of delirium out there, and it is dangerous, at least dealing with what's the problem in Drakkenheim and possibly Ash Bay would be enough to contain it.
And, well, when we think about what we've been doing, we've been trying to help the folks around, but long term, unless we do something about the haze in the areas that have large pieces of delirium, the work we're doing isn't gonna do squat for them.
It's also becoming apparent that the Dusk Wardens are working for you, a member of the Academy, who answers to the Directorate.
Yes, and shortly after this, the Directorate excused me from the lighthouse and has since sealed up all the research and discoveries regarding the elven ruins that you found.
I'm sorry, what? We were on to something.
Such a power play.
And, what about, the elf that's there?
Bane Moon.
Bane Moon. What about what's happened to Bane Moon?
I don't know.
You don't know. Is the Directorate taking everything away from us?
Sounds like these three, their actions have got the Directorate scared. And that doesn't sit well with me.
Rule number 79, if your actions are not for the good of the people, then they are not good actions. This... So if we go with Illyria, if we switch and say, let's destroy the Delirium,
Which we're not.
which we might,
Which we can't.
then...
Then my family is going to be under their boot.
And if we go with the Academy...
Well.
River, at the end of your story, you told them that you had a plan, an idea.
I wanted to check with you first, Wrath.
If this is their move, then maybe we need to speak with them. But I don't like it. I do not enjoy our conversations with them. You have a better relationship.
It didn't sound like them.
They might be going with the flow,
I'm sorry, who are we
but this is
talking about?
unsettling. The closing up of the tower is their way of cutting us off, but maybe we just need to ask for some help.
You know that Wrath and I are brother and sister.
Yes.
Well, our parents are both on the Directorate.
That's why we're different, but the same.
On the Directorate.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're very... Of course, you're the favorite. So you have a better idea of what they want. We haven't spoken in a very long time. But under the circumstances, I would be willing to consider.
Wrath and I are probably two of the only people outside maybe some of the high archwizards that actually know who the Directorate are.
Do you know more than... You know the Director.
Do you know all of them?
Yeah, I know their names. I mean, at least the names they go by.
But that's still much more information than a lot of people know. Even in the Academy.
Up until recently, they were... The Directorate is an entity, and they serve their purpose, and we serve the Academy. That is why we are together. In light of new circumstances, things are changing.
The Directorate might seem like they work together. They might seem like they're scary. But they're afraid of each other.
Why?
They're the most powerful people in the world. They're rivals, not friends. The Directorate is just their way of keeping each other in check.
And somebody needs to keep them in check. And sorry, the Edicts of Lumen, the Crown of Westamar, the nobility,
Hmm.
the Amethyst Academy, and the religion. And sorry, there was an alliance with the followers of the Falling Fire?
Yes, yes. I'm supposed to also relay a message to Elias Drexel that he's to be recalled back to Drakkenheim as well.
I think I'm going to have a chat with Elias Drexel before we go.
Do you want to bring him in?
We would need to talk to him alone.
I understand. Go easy on him. I don't think he's going to take this news well.
But I think he needs to hear it nonetheless.
I'm going to see if I can get in touch with Mom and Dad. If there's any way to change the Directorate's mind, maybe they can help us.
That is a good decision. They might be our only, at least a talking point. And we need to figure out what to make of this vision. Do you hold substance in it? Is it true?
Based on everything that we've learned, it doesn't seem implausible.
Can we trust this Sebastian character? He seems odd.
He is. You can't always trust him to do the right thing or make the right decision. He's made a lot of mistakes. But you can count on him to do something.
Blunt object, I suppose.
Yeah, that seems really dangerous.
I mean, from everything I'm learning about Academy mages, a lot of them are odd.
That's magic.
I think
I'll get Elias Drexel.
with the right help, I think they might be able to get some good direction and do something about this.
We don't talk much, but with River's help, I believe we can at least begin the conversation.
They also might answer to us if, well, we haven't told anybody else about me yet.
You don't want the throne. You've said that before.
I don't want the throne, but rule number 99, whenever given a difficult choice, the option that helps the most people is the correct choice. And I need to start weighing what help I can offer.
I plan to live 10,000 more years on this world.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. So if this world explodes, that's not good for my plan.
River excuses herself, and Elias Drexel comes in. Do you want to bring him up to speed?
Yes.
Yeah.
He turns white. And he is silent for a long time. He says, I feel like everything I've been fighting for my life has been for nothing. But there's a lot more to fight for now.
And fight together.
Elias, the people in this room are some of, and maybe the Steel Fangs. Did I tell anybody else? That was it?
So
You've
I think
pretty-
that's it.
You've been pretty quiet about it.
are the only people who know about my name. But given this information, it sounds like we might be returning to Drakkenheim, and I'm just wondering how I can help.
Listen. Since the war ended, I've seen firsthand what the haze and all this contamination does to people. That first time, years ago, when your father and your aunt, before the war, when we sent that first army into Drakkenheim, I didn't believe it then, and I still don't believe it now. I've seen over and over again how horrible this delirium is and what it does. But the fact of the matter is, whether we decide to contain it or destroy it, we can't do it without help. We can't. As far as the way I see it, the Silver Order and the Academy especially, they're like a bird of prey. They're circling around. And yeah, they're going to swoop right down and they're going to rescue us. But we'll be held in their talons. And if we squirm, well. And as soon as we're comfortable in their clutches, well, that's when they bring us back to the nest.
It means they'll eat us.
I gathered that. Thank you, Raph.
Okay. Because it was maybe unclear.
It was
It was implied.
As long as the throne of Drakkenheim is empty, they have no one they have to answer to.
And our candidates for that throne again are a young boy.
Wilhelm, if you are seated on that throne, you can invoke the right of counsel. You won't have to do this strange ritual. They have to be in front of you in person. That would be your right as the King of Westamar. They couldn't say no to you. They couldn't treat you the way that they treated Veo, Sebastian, and Paluto. They would have to respect you. You could do something about this.
If I returned to Drakkenheim and I could save this young George from whatever might befall him taking the throne.
We've already taken one castle.
We have.
It's just another castle.
And you're not just saving George. You're saving what sounds like hundreds, maybe thousands of kids that the Illyrians just aren't going to care about.
I do believe that the Academy has a place here. They need to protect your children. The Academy, the rules of the Academy are in place to protect your family.
Exactly.
And our friends.
They right now are wild. And the Academy, with all its power, needs to, well, yeah, Bruce, I know. They need some, but with us, if you're in the throne and I'm by your side, then we can hold them accountable.
And we can hold Illyria accountable to the Edicts of Lumen as well. They would have to abide by reinstating a monarch.
Yes.
And I'm not opposed to getting rid of delirium, and I'm not opposed to containing it. But we got to do something about it. But I don't think we can do anything about it until we get someone on the throne.
I never wanted this. I never wanted this.
Rule
Never-
number 23. You wanted this.
You are better than no one, and no one is better than you, is rule number 23. So no, I didn't want to be put into a position of power. I'm not better than anybody
I
else,
think you misread it.
but the director seems to think they are.
There will be some complications, of course. You'll have to meet with Pluto Jackson and the Jacksons, and we'll have to decide what to be done with your first cousin.
The fool.
Me and Pluto go way back. We actually know each other.
Oh, really?
Oh, you've heard of the
The fool.
the fool.
I mean, yeah, he is. I drank with him a few times at family get-togethers. There was, well, Elias, you remember.
We have not read the royal will, but I believe, Wilhelm, if you were to take the throne, if you wish to deal with this diplomatically, it would behoove you to offer to adopt George as your son.
You're gonna be a dad.
Um,
I know it's happening quickly.
That way, the crown would naturally pass to him upon your death. But if you do have any of your own children, it would not pass to them.
I mean, that
The last thing we need is a war with the Caspians too.
I agree, but I'm not ready for this.
Well, I
Think
think
about it.
we take it one step at a time, right?
His mother is still alive.
Yes, from what I understand, she is. But your cousin is not.
I mean, I would talk to her about it. I don't want to put her in a situation that she doesn't want to be in.
I don't think you would be marrying her. It would just be a declaration that George is your legal heir.
Right, of course. No wedding.
Do you want a wedding?
Sorry?
Look, Wilhelm.
At this stage, probably you should. It might be better to consider, perhaps, to see if there's any Illyrian nobility that have anyone you could marry. That way, at least we would have some stability.
Well, this is a lot.
I say, yeah. We'll worry about marrying off Wilhelm
Well,
I
at a different time. I think for now we just need to go at least meet these people, no?
we need
No.
to at least.
With respect, a royal marriage could cement alliances that would otherwise be impossible.
I have this weird belief, it's totally out there, that people should marry because they like each other.
Whoever you're marry, I'm sure you'll like them eventually.
Yeah, that's how marriage works.
That's not how marriage. Speaking as one of the only married people here, I agree with you.
I learned a lot from Rudy and watching her, and I mean, me and Eris didn't work out, and that's fine.
I've been in a long-term relationship, and I've learned to listen. And what I have learned is you're not listening, is that you need to take this throne because it is the only way that we will secure Drakkenheim, that we will ensure the balance is restored, and we will control the delirium in the city proper. We can accomplish what we need to do. We can take back. We saw what happened in the depths of that castle. We know what that man is holding back. And that portal it seems like it could open at any time. He is fighting a losing battle. Our only chance is to restore this great city.
And I promised Johann that I would return and help.
This goes beyond what you like. Also, I get to be your mage on the side.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. That's why we're doing it.
That's why we're
Oh, yeah, and the saving the...
I think the delirium, of course, is still a problem. It needs to be isolated, but only the king can really push forth change in a world where people are fighting over each other to get what they want. It's like a bunch of little kids.
We unite against the Illyrians. We secure the city, and we can then move forward.
Wilhelm, you might be able to avert any further war or disaster with the Illyrians simply by having a clear plan. You have the opportunity to do the right thing. Your father would be very proud of you.
You're just hitting all of the rules.
So we need a plan before we go in and start waving your flag around.
I think
Are you ready? What would be the way we claim Wilhelm? How do we show that he is the true heir?
There's the royal will. There is the information in the cathedral and in Castle Draken as well, including the blood phylacteries that can be used to verify that Wilhelm has a blood relation to the former monarch.
Do they have his blood?
No, but that of his uncle.
Oh. So they'd be able to tell that you're
yes.
your father's son. I mean,
Ah.
that's undeniable.
Also, the paintings in the houses, they'll help.
He don't look like none of his paintings.
Yeah, you shouldn't have got stabbed. It's really going against the look you're giving.
I apologize for that.
We also have the Seals of Drakkenheim. Unfortunately, they gave one of the seals to Eldrick Runeweaver and one of the seals to Lucretia Matthias.
I'm astounded that the Academy made an alliance and the Hooded Lanterns with Lucretia Matthias?
At the time, we were doing what was necessary to be done. We didn't know what we know now.
And what is your take on her great plan?
That says it all.
It sounds like
I think she's insane.
Okay, good. I didn't want to say it, but...
Yeah, I don't think I've ever come across any delirium, golden delirium, and the faith. There is no... The only faith I put in is Bruce.
I mean, we met some followers of the Falling Fire, and they trucked us off to a swamp and tried to turn us into monsters.
She speaks about the rest of this world, about some righteous path. But I've always been one that I put my faith in my soldiers, in the throne, and a good blade. Gods and mages, never felt I could really trust them.
But yet they are important.
They are.
We are.
I know.
Yeah, I'm really important.
And so is Rudy's family.
Yes. And
And
Rudy,
we-
I told you that the Academy will protect them, and I will protect them.
We're going to protect them.
I hope they will with how this directorate's acting. I find it hard to put my faith in them, but I know that it's the lesser of two evils when it comes to protecting my children right now. So for the moment, I'll still give them my trust. But
Do you think that this directorate can be trusted, Wilhelm? Do you think that we can work with them?
Does the king get a say in who's on the directorate?
No.
But River said she knows the directorate personally.
She knows most.
Well, if we hold them accountable and some of them don't like what we have to offer, perhaps it's time to change the directorate.
What do you mean?
I don't know yet. I'm just saying it out loud for the first time. It's half of a plan. Raph,
You could put me on the director.
we could put Raph on the directorate.
Well, we could put people we trust for sure. Wrath, and of course, I think maybe River might be good.
Who gets...
Can't just. Whoa. I knew that there was a directorate in charge, but I don't even know how their system works. I don't even know how that's appointed, but I know that is not for the kings and monarchs of the nations to decide. That has never been a decision that we've ever been able to have. So what you're suggesting would be impossible.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. If we start by securing the city, we can retrieve the seals of Drakkenheim. They contain great magic.
Yes.
They would allow you to properly command the city, to take ownership of it.
And with ownership, I can hold the directorate and the church accountable for their actions.
Yes, you would be able to invoke your right of counsel, which means that you could call both the directorate and the divine matriarch.
And then we contain the delirium. The Silver Order is quested with destroying all instances of delirium outside of the city. And if anything is going wrong, we give access of the city to those who need it. This is... I'm spitballing here. But there is a way that we can work this out together.
If you possess the authority of the crown, they will have to respect you.
Everyone plays a role in helping to save this world, and I think without the authority of the king, they're not going to play nice.
And we would have the city. We would have access to all of the delirium.
Elias. This means I'm going to have to announce my name.
You are.
River's in the other room. Do I tell her or do we wait?
I mean, we could start small and then work our way up.
We should keep it small for the time being. That you've already told the Steel Fangs means that there will be rumors. I don't trust those men to stay silent. But
Oops.
I will request that the Lord Commander dispatch the Royal Guard to escort us back to Drakkenheim. They'll meet us at least halfway back.
Very well. Rudy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I never told you.
I apologize. It was your business. I had no reason to put my nose up in your business.
It's apparent now that what I need to do is to help your family and Rath's family and all of us. And
We need to help every family out there.
My family is very powerful. We don't need that much help, but you should know that if this world is changing, we must do something. We need to contain this delirium. We need to stop the spread and make sure that we control it.
I have to admit, I don't know how I feel about this super shield.
it sounds iffy at best. I mean, this wild mage.
It sounds like a first draft. It doesn't really feel that thought through. I should commune with Bruce.
I'm
Bruce
pretty
may
sure
have-
this Sebastian fellow he can't do nearly, like, he probably can't summon ores either, I'm sure.
Sounds like with
Yeah.
two great minds together, they might be able to figure it out, though.
Hmm.
It might be the first step.
I would collaborate with this Sebastian Crow.
Perhaps you could teach him a few things.
It's probably he needs guidance. I will introduce him to Bruce.
That
Bruce is a great teacher.
that might be for, is that for the best?
Maybe, maybe not. We'll see.
I'm sure it's for the
Trust
best.
in the Bruce.
I trusted him this far, and I will continue to do so because it's been all right, I suppose.
For now, I'll trust your judgment. For now.
He has what's best in mind.
You have what's best in mind?
Bruce does.
You.
Me.
There you go.
Through Bruce.
You're
From
getting there.
Bruce.
Very well.
Now, do we tell River and then go, or do we keep her in the dark?
I do enjoy holding that over her. It gives me some sense of power.
We're trying to get over this rivalry thing,
Sorry.
trying to bring everyone
I
together.
know, it's just that she's always rubbing it in my face.
Raph,
But fine, she'll find out soon enough.
can I trust River?
Yes.
Are you sure? I am putting
We
all of
have-
my faith in you right now to answer this question. The Academy is looking pretty scary right now, and River is of the Academy, so are you, but I trust you to make the right choice. Can I trust River with the most important secret I have?
River has led me back into the academy. She has given me an opportunity to prove myself, and I've risen through the ranks. I would have never met you two without her. She lets Bruce be Bruce. So yes, I believe you can trust her.
I mean, if she betrays him, I will cut her head off. So as long as that's clear and you're understanding that.
I mean, you're very welcome to try. She is. Like, if you think I'm amazing. Excuse me.
You're getting there.
It's just that she is always a few steps ahead of me,
Well,
and it frustrates me.
so far she hasn't led us astray. So I say we tell her.
I believe we can trust her at this point because these things are becoming more and more apparent that this world may not have long. And like I said, I plan to live for eons. So the fact that we might only have centuries is frustrating. It's playing a toll on my retirement plan.
I'd really like to get mine at least worked out. You know, I'm getting on in my years, and it'd be nice if we could at least save the world before I, start to relax. Hang up my axe,
Elias, do you trust River?
River's been dependable. I realize now that River and Eldrick, they're good people. Good people are easy to manipulate. That's why the Academy puts them as their front people.
Well, I suppose we can call River back in then.
All right. River comes back. So now that we've had all of our closed door meetings, are we ready to put everything on the table?
Funny you should say that, River. We have one more card in our hand that we can play that might help whatever plan it is you're cooking up. Do you do background checks on those you hire?
We do.
What did my background check bring up?
Well, we knew that you were a survivor of the war, that you'd fled some noble house that was destroyed during the war.
I'm surprised somebody as intelligent as you hasn't put it together yet. I'm not a wolfsbane. That's not my name.
I figured that much. Who are you then?
River, I am Wilhelm von Kessel.
Wow, that's a revelation.
And know that we're trusting you with this information.
I'm telling you this because Wrath has told me that I can trust you. I need you to understand that there are very important matters at play here, and the reason I'm telling you is because I think that I can help the situation.
I hope you can. I mean, that George, I guess he's your cousin? First cousin? Once removed?
Second cousin once removed.
Distant relative.
He's a nice kid. I met him once, but it's not really the same. He's not got the same character as you.
Sounds like a child.
There is an option that in time George could take the throne, but putting a child on the throne during this matter is not going to help anybody.
Well, then there's something else that you should know. There's another Von Kessel out there.
Sorry?
What?
What? No.
I thought they all died.
Fascinating.
What do you mean?
There's been a foe of your friends. The Queen of Thieves.
Sorry, this Queen of Thieves. What do you?
Well,
Where's my purse? Oh.
I don't
Come on.
know this. How? Think of this carefully. When we've encountered the Queen of Thieves in the past, she's been able to change her face. She's been able to control people's minds.
I do that. I do
One
all
of the
that.
faces that she did use was apparently that of Katarina von Kessel. Sebastian seems to think that that was really her.
What proof does Sebastian have?
Exactly. I'm not entirely convinced myself, but the possibility remains that either there's someone pretending to be her, or potentially this Queen of Thieves who has exhibited the power to control minds has her as a prisoner or a hostage, or is staging some sort of elaborate ruse. All I can say is that if you're going to come forward with your identity, this Queen of Thieves is going to come after you.
There are two cases here with this. Either A, my cousin is alive and is the Queen of Thieves, in which case, why would she come after me? We are family. We're related. We were close. We went to family events together.
I don't know. Sebastian hasn't told me much about this, but it seems like something's up.
The second option is that she has my cousin captive somewhere.
Or is an imposter. There's a lot of possibilities when magic is involved.
In which case she needs to be stopped. I thought this Queen of Thieves was a joke. It sounds ridiculous.
No, she's a very serious threat. And if you're going to reveal that you are an heir to the throne, you should be careful.
Well, why doesn't she come forward if she is Katarina von Kessel? Couldn't she not take over the throne?
Because Katarina von Kessel is a mageborn.
Right.
Oh.
We used to fence together, her and I, back when we were children. I always beat her, though.
I'm
Under
sure.
the Edicts of Lumen, she is disinherited.
She has no claim to the throne.
Then why would she make trouble for you?
First of all, we're talking about my cousin being alive. I thought she was hit by a meteor. I thought all the Von Kessels were dead, and now you're saying she's going to come after me to kill me if I make a claim?
I'm only warning you
Right,
of a
sorry.
danger that might be.
This-
I don't know for certain what this Queen of Thieves wants. Elias, I've been trying to figure that out for years.
I'm sorry.
For what it's worth, if this Queen of Thieves is Katarina von Kessel, breaks my heart. But that's someone, even if she has the name. If she got the chance to rule, that's not someone that I want to follow.
If it is Katarina, then surely I can talk to her.
Maybe you can. Maybe you can.
We're family. If this is true, if there is another Von Kessel, then the Von Kessels should be uniting. We should be working on this problem together.
She might not feel that way, though. We must be cautious when talking to her about it, if she does come up.
Queen of Thieves, why would she take such a ridiculous moniker? I mean, when she was a child, she stole some hats from people, but Queen of Thieves?
There will be, I believe, many that challenge your power when you take the throne.
My own cousin? I mean, I guess my father's own cousin.
When your family took the throne 150 years ago, they left a body trail behind them.
And my family has betrayed my family for generations, it seems. I guess it's naive of me to assume that blood is thicker.
But that's why it's so important for you to take the throne, because you seem to be the most noble of your kind, Wilhelm. And you're the only one that deserves to be on that throne in comparison to her with her magic and Queen of Thieves.
I don't know if I deserve the throne. I don't know if I was made for the throne. I wasn't even the oldest child. I wasn't supposed to inherit a throne. I was a prince. I was going to just be a prince, and
But that doesn't mean that was your destiny.
And we have to take that castle, and you might be the only person that can do this.
But you're not doing it alone. You're doing it with us.
And Bruce.
with you 2,
And Bruce.
3 by my side, I do have hope. This isn't something I can take lightly, or it's a lot. There's a lot happening right now, and I'm going to need guidance. And there was always a council, right?
Yes. There are 6 Seals of Westamar. There is a ritual that is performed upon the throne with the crown of Westamar and the 6 seals. That appoints the small council. Provisionally, Lucretia Matthias has the position of High Flame Keeper, and we have had several hold the office of the Archmage. Technically, it's supposed to be one of the Directorate. the other positions, well, there's the Lord Commander, Veosenya, who is my former office. And there are two others, the Chancellor, the Steward, the Chancellor, and the Spy Master. Those positions we did provisionally appoint, but it would be up to you to reappoint them.
And you wouldn't be alone then. It's just finding people that you trust enough to help guide you along the way.
Rudy, will you see this through with me?
Of course I will. I wouldn't even question.
Thank you. Wrath, I know this is asking a lot, but you've been with us this far. I know that I didn't know you very well back in Tierhaven, but you've proven to be a loyal ally and a close friend. It would mean a lot to me if you stood by my side during this.
I do appreciate the times that you have both saved my life and Bruce's. Well, Bruce would have been fine, but mine. And I know when we started this, we were on a mission from River to contain this delirium, to find out the root cause so we can study it further. And now we know its true purpose. It will destroy this place. So we must stop it.
We must.
We must.
So, we will return to Drakkenheim. And you will claim your birthright.
Yes.
We shouldn't delay.
I'll get my things.
Let's go.
And that's where we're on for tonight.
Boom!
Two teams coming together!
We'll see what happens next week.
Yeah!
Oh boy. Oh boy.
We're fine.
Yeah, well, a big thank you, as always, to our amazing team, Jill, Kelly, and Joe. Playing two different sets of characters tonight.
Da-na-na-na.
Will it happen again? We'll find out. And a huge thank you to our cabal of hands behind the
Really
scenes.
running the show.
Kyle running the show in the shadows, pulling the strings, manipulating Pluto Jackson at all turns. And a huge thank you to our dungeon master, Monty Martin,
Yeah!
for punching my characters in the face, almost killing me,
Trapping me in a cube.
forcing us to make ridiculous decisions and intense situations.
Thank you, Strixhaven, for making Force Cage an even more powerful spell.
Yeah, you used that new spell.
Yeah. That was the first thing I thought of when I read that Vortex Warp.
Vortex
Yeah,
Warp.
teleport
So
someone
cool.
back into a Force Cage.
That's amazing.
Sneaky
Awesome.
Monty!
Make a con save.
I like that the book came out today and you were just like, and she has this now?
Yeah, you know.
Why not?
In our game tonight, we use a variety of incredible assets produced by talented artists. They've graciously given us permission to use them on our streamed games, and you can use them at home too. Please check out and support some of these amazing creators. Dwarven Forge with the terrain, but also some of it 3D printed by...
Actually, everything tonight is all 3D printed. It's all, so printable scenery. The road is by Infinite Dimension Games, and all painted by me.
And it looks amazing,
It looks
and
great.
it really sets such a cool tone. We have the miniatures by Hero Forge and WizKids, and the music by Tabletop Audio, with player character artwork by Elizabeth Perot.
And of course, don't forget to look at the links below for our Teespring store. You can find all of your favorite Dungeon Dudes t-shirts, including, yes, Troll Killer, and our newest Shadows of Drakkenheim, which also come in a sweater and a poster. Check out bit.ly/Dungeon Dudes merch for all of your faves.
Our videos and our live streams are made possible because we have an amazing community of Patreon supporters. Thank you all so much for believing in us and supporting us through your amazing help. If you enjoy the work that we do here on Twitch, YouTube, and elsewhere, please consider becoming a patron of our show. You can find out how by following the links in the descriptions below or at patreon.com/dungeon_dudes.
Also, you may have heard that we have a Discord. It's exclusive for our patrons. So if you do join us on Patreon, you can hop onto our Discord. You can chat with the whole gang, all of us here, including Kyle, and you can just chat with us about all things D&D, all things Drakkenheim. We have chats going in there all day, every day. Monty and I jump in to answer direct questions about our upcoming campaign book. That is the alpha was released recently. We
Yeah, actually, the good news on the Drakkenheim book is we got over 2,000 submissions on our alpha PDF.
Yeah.
Which the team narrowed it down to 450 items that had to be corrected. So Martin, our editor, is furiously editing that and fixing all that up. There were like a handful of things that we had to look at as well, but it looks like the book is going to be going to the printer really soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting. And if you want to chat with us about the book, if you want to hear about all the cool things, we have a few new chats that have opened up in our Discord for people who are going to be running Drakkenheim games. And we have a Kickstarter chat. We also have our show chat where you can talk about the latest episodes of Drakkenheim. And yeah, you can ask us all whatever you want. So if you are joining us on Patreon, that is one of the great benefits. You also get to join in with our monthly writers' rooms where you get to help Monty and I decide our upcoming videos, and our Q&As. You get to be the first to submit information for Q&As.
And actually, we have a really cool Q&A coming up next Thursday. We are going to do a homebrew development workshop where we are getting homebrew creations submitted from our patrons that we'll be giving feedback on. So that should be really cool next Thursday as well. Yeah. Well, with that, we mentioned the book is still is almost on its way.
And January, you have.
Yes, correct. So next week, December 14th, our last episode of 2021. We're going to be back in January on the 18th. But in the meantime, we will be doing a cool stream with Cody from D4 it's Colby from D4 and Chris from Treant Monk's Temple. We will be doing a quick 1-2 session play with some 13th level super optimized characters. So it'll be super cool. So we're really looking forward to playing with Chris and Colby because they're super cool guys.
They're all multi-classing and min-maxing, and meanwhile I'm coming forward with a straight-up class and just... but it is what I'm really excited about. I'm going to be bringing forward a build that we have talked about in one of our episodes, that we were trying to build the most powerful character we could in a single class. And I'm going to try to bring that to life and see how it actually plays at the table.
Great. Yeah, and if in the meantime, if you haven't checked out Chris at Treant Monk's Temple and Colby at D4 Deep Dive, they have amazing channels on YouTube. They got awesome little followings as well. They're worth really checking out if you love the character building stuff because they go way more into it than we do.
Yeah.
Well, with that, that is all for us for this evening. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you
next week.
Oh, next week?
Are we doing 7 to 10 next
7
week?
to 10 next
7
week.
to 10. Be sure to join us next Tuesday on Twitch from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. If you aren't watching us on Twitch, you can also check us out on YouTube or as an audio-only podcast as well.
Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time in the Shadows of Drakkenheim.